It's night. So I'm live for the first time. No one's probably gonna join, which is just fine. I just figured I'm gonna get ready because I'm gonna go spend money I don't need to be spending. Because, in case you didn't know, today and probably tomorrow, although they say it's just today, is like a sale at Bath and Body Works. So I'm just gonna go because, I mean, why not? So let's get ready together. So I'm gonna actually go in, I'm ready, like my face is already washed. I'm gonna go in here with this. This is Time Revolution, the First Treatment Essence. Just using it as a toner today. I feel like, so the sale is 5 mists. I think all 5 mists are $5.95, and what I'm super excited about is their candles. So we're gonna light sugared lemon zest right now because I just have a candle burning if I'm in my room because I have little children, so I can't just be having it burning wherever. But if I'm in my room, I will have a candle burning because, I mean, why not? To smell loveliness is so great. Oh, so actually, I wanted to also talk about the fragrances that I have been using a lot lately. Guys, what's going on here? Listen, I don't play with ghosts, so that better not have been a ghost moving this. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna go in with Elf's Holy Hydration Face Cream. This has got SPF 30. The best thing you can do for your skin is to protect it from that sun. Alright? Because you want to be smart as possible. Oh, so back to the fragrances I have been really using, right? So I've really been OD using Rouge Smoking. Has anybody else sat there and been like, why did I do this? Why did I even go and smell something or look at something or try something out? Because now I want to do it, or I want to own, or I want to repetitively get it done over and over again? No? No one? Because, guys, look at this. Look how much of Rouge Smoking I've been using. Madness. And now I want the actual bottle. I want the actual fragrance of however much ml I can get, but it retails for like $200. I'm going in with The Ordinary's Organic Cold Press Rose Hip Seed Oil. Love this. And I'm just like, why, oh why? It's just, okay, so back months and months ago, I used to feel like if I'm gonna spend any type of pretty coin on anything, or any slight coin, honestly, on something like a fragrance, hey, sorry. Anyway, I love this song. Then it's gotta boom, it's gotta project, it's gotta do the most, it's gotta just, it's gotta announce my presence. And now I kind of can appreciate fragrances that don't do all of that, because why not? Do I really want to do too much for my makeup today? No, not really. Okay. Because there's something to say for a subtle yet very enticing type of scent. And Rouge Smoking, for me, this is a decant I got from Scent Split. And I got the 9 ml, which is 1 ml short of a purse spray. I'm gonna keep using this, and I think, oh my gosh, there's something to say for a fragrance that could cause a statement without having to boom and project and do a lot in terms of projection. It does actually last a while, so don't think because it doesn't, boom, it doesn't last. I don't ever reapply this. Granted, most of the time when I use this, I do. Where is my spray? Y'all, I'm over here trying to multitask. Oh, it's right here in front of me. No worries. I just feel like it gets bonus points for not being a boomer, like a boomer, like being a super projecting fragrance, but really giving us like providing a statement, because it smells so good. And it's like it's sexy. I mean, it's not something I would per se get for my mother, just because I would consider it sexy, and that's just a little weird for me. I'm gonna pull up the notes because I want to talk about this fragrance. And I also think the bottle is like chic, like the real bottle of the fragrance is chic, really beautiful, so on and so forth. So that is Rouge Smoking by BDK Parfums. Okay, so the main accords, if it will pop up. What did I do? It's loading. Let's give it a second. I'm gonna go in with Juvia's Place Ice Sculpt Eye Shade Brow Pen. I've been using this quite a lot, actually. I love this thing. Oh, while we're waiting for that to load, I do want to show you another fragrance. So this is like my little fragrance area. I have retired most of my woman. I love this song too. Down here is Doors, as you can see, and I have retired quite a few of my super heavy fragrances, so that like whatever, I'm probably not going to use it. But I want to talk about Valentino's Donna Buonarroma Yellow Dreams, because I feel like it's not really getting spoken a lot. Let's put a pin in that. It popped up. So Rouge Smoking's main accords are vanilla, sweet, powdery, cherry, amber, musky, almond, woody, and balsamic. It is definitely all of that and a bag of Skittles. It's something amazing. So let's go break down into the notes, because okay, so the top notes are cherry, pink pepper, and bergamot. Middle notes of black vanilla husk. What does that even mean? Anyway, heliotrope and orange blossom, and base notes of tonka bean, cashmere wood, white musk, ambroxan, labdanum, and violet. Y'all, let me just break this down real easy for you. What does that mean, all of that? All that means is it is giving sensual, sexy, soft, slightly powdery, very cherry almond forward. It's giving hey, hello, hey, what's up, hello, in a very soft spoken voice. However, grounded in its smell, because it, like I said, it lasts. It definitely lasts. And I think that is what is making me even second guess, make me feel like I want it, because it does last. If for $200 bloody dollars, it better last. Right? Like when you get looking at expensive fragrances, you just want to spend money and know it's gonna be here for a while. She's not gonna like up and leave after like a little bit. She's here to chill. Those are the type of fragrances we truly love. But yeah, that's all I really get. It's a very cherry almond forward fragrance, and there's actually no almond in here on the notes, but something smells like almond, and it's a little. Usually bergamot is a big bubbly in my nose. There's not a lot of bergamot in here because it just doesn't do that for me like it normally does. So don't be like too concerned about it being super citrus. It's definitely a deeper type of fragrance, but because it's not a super projecting type of fragrance, I've never And I've been wearing this like a lot lately, but I haven't, you know, knocked someone out. And I definitely haven't knocked myself out. Oh, I actually did that recently. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad to say that. I did that with Kayali's oh my gosh, I did that with Kay. Y'all, I really spaced. I did that with Kayali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25 recently, and that made me so sad because then, you know, that means I'm gonna have to retire her soon. Although I refuse to retire her just yet, only because she is so beautiful and creamy and spicy and rose and just everything that and it projects, and it lasts quite a bit of time on my skin and lasts a lot of time on like my clothes. I did spray, I guess I sprayed like once to spray my neck because one of my wigs still smells like Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25, which is so wild, and I hadn't sprayed that in like a little bit on that particular wig. So Kayali's fragrances really do last. The only one that I said doesn't last super duper long is the Vanilla 28. Vanilla 28, it lasts about 4 solid hours on most things before it leaves. If I really drench my clothes, I can smell hints of like basic vanilla, maybe like not hours later, but it doesn't last like into the next day. But the whole Kayali line for me is a pretty good like lasting, projecting type of, I would say mid lasting. I'm just going in with Fenty Beauty's foundation here. But yeah, so let's go talk, like I said, I was gonna talk about Valentino's Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dreams. And I love this fragrance. I love this fragrance. I can't even tell you. It smells so nice, and it's on my tray for yes, I did a little couple days early, but for my May tray, a little hint, this will be on that tray. Because it smells so feminine, but not like OD floral, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like sometimes when, you know, you're thinking feminine, for some reason floral is where it goes, and that's not necessarily, in my opinion, the case. So that's kind of how I feel about that, because florals for me sometimes are a bit much. I don't know about anybody else. But yeah, it's okay. So this is another fragrance that doesn't boom. It's not, Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dreams is not a booming type of fragrance. Y'all, she doesn't belt, okay? She's a soft singer. She's, you know, very lovely. I think this only has 3 notes in it. I think it's something like lemon or something, musk, and something else. I don't believe it. I really, truly don't believe it. Sometimes I feel like, you know, these perfume companies don't want to tell us everything that's in there because, you know, they want to keep some things to themselves. I'm not mad per se, but I'm like, there's no way. There's only 3 notes in this fragrance. There's no way. So it's definitely bright. It's sweet, but it's not like a super strong sweetness. Like, I think you would be safe. Don't quote me as I say this, but I feel like you would be safe wearing this for the most part, even if you go outside in the springtime. I do. I really think so, because it's not a super sweet fragrance. Some fragrances you have to be careful going outside because, you know, them bees will be on. They'll be in your face, all over your neck, and then you're scared and you're swatting because the bees is trying to eat you because you smell like strawberries or berries and vanilla. You smelling like a whole milkshake. The bees want to come to the yard. You know what I mean? So this one is not one. Yellow Dreams, I don't think, is one that will necessarily bring the bees come, like, you know, running. but it's definitely musky, slightly powdery actually. It's a very lovely scent. I think I'm gonna wear this today. If not, I'll just wash my arm. But I only worn this, I think 2, maybe 3 times. Yellow Dreams. And I think it lasted about 4 hours on me, which isn't horrible because my skin really eats up my skin nyam up fragrance. My skin eat fragrance like I eat juicy ripe mango. It's actually wild how much my skin eats fragrance up. So I feel like for the average person it might last you like around 6 hours, but I a lotion or oil that has like this musky lemon feminine type of vibe, which is one of the reasons why I'm going to Bath and Body Works as well, or another like body mist that has a similar smell. Yes, I'm here for it. All right, so I'm gonna go in with, I always do a Maj Podge of what's it called, like concealers. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna go in with some MAC concealer first. This is the medium, and then I'm also gonna go in with low-key a cheapie because I love how it brightens my skin, and that is the Pro Conceal in Vanilla. It's really light, but I only use a little bit of it. So yeah, that was me talking about Yellow Dreams. Love her. I want to talk about a fragrance. All right. Oh, she smells so good. That I feel like I dogged on just a little bit, okay? I didn't dog on her crazy, okay? Just a pinch. But I really didn't give her a lot of love because I just felt like she got a lot of hype. And when I went to smell her, I was like, this is what y'all are gassing? This is what you guys are telling me smells so good, is so amazing, is so earth-shattering, and but the more I wore her, the more, guys, what's going on here? I don't know if it's me or YouTube is giving me issues, but there we go. I've been wearing her and I'm almost halfway through the bottle. Granted, it is a small bottle, but still, I didn't think I was gonna get through the bottle. And what fragrance am I talking about? This is Guerlain's Mon Guerlain. I wore her and I was like, yay, it smells nice. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell bad, but like, it smells good. There's nothing earth-shattering about it. And then as I wore it and wore it more, y'all, I wear this all the time. I wear this fragrance. I had to actually tell myself to take a pause, to take a relax, to take a breath, to come up out of the ocean water and inhale some oxygen, because we need that to actually, you know, survive from that fragrance. Because I was wearing it to bed, I was wearing it out, I was wearing it just in my house with the kiddos, I was going to events with other friends wearing this fragrance. I was wearing it to just go drop my children off at my parents' house. I was wearing this fragrance. I was taking an extra shower in the day if I put on another fragrance so I can put on Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. And so I had to tell myself to calm down. I needed to take some breaths from it. Does anybody else have a fragrance out like that makes them feel like that? Like, why do I like this so much? I really just don't feel like it's that amazing. But obviously it is amazing. It's just low-key amazing. And it really doesn't project super far. You definitely can smell me if you're like in my bubble for certain. However, it's not a booming type of fragrance. And the next fragrance I'm going to talk about is a very much so booming type of fragrance, but still spring safe. Yes. I would say Mon Guerlain on me, it lasts about 5 to 7 hours, which is a very varying time frame for sure. But I'm not sure actually why sometimes it lasts 5 to 6, sometimes it lasts 6 to 7. It's probably something to do with my chemistry, maybe whether or not if I sweat, maybe if I had like done a scrub the night before or something like that. I'm not sure. You know, it's all in the science, which is like math, which is a lot for me. So yeah, there we go. But the next fragrance, oh, let me show you how much I've used of this real quick, just so you can understand. When I open my mouth and speak, sometimes I have to come back and be like, I was wrong. This is one of those fragrances. Clearly, I really like it. And clearly, maybe sometime this year, I'm going to have to get another one because I just really like the fragrance. Oh my gosh, I really like this fragrance. It smells so good. Not 2 people on my live. Hi, 2 people on my live. What's up? But yeah, so that's Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. So the next fragrance I want to talk about, y'all, the way I be talking about this fragrance is a lot. I need to stop, but I'm not going to, okay? I'm not going to stop. It's about, I want to say a week and a half maybe, new in my collection, and I've worn it like 5 times. My what I wore last week for this week that I'm gonna post for next week for this week is gonna be like 4 fragrances because I wore the same fragrances over and over and over and over again, which is wild because I do like to you know, try to vary my fragrances, but when you like something, you like something, you know. So I'm gonna go in with that concealer. It's super bright. I put a little bit just to give me some brightening here. But that is Hermès's L'Ombre de Merveille. L'Ombre de Merveille. I don't know. Listen, I tried, okay? I don't know if you guys have seen Chanel's Got Sense video, new video. Sis said, I'm sorry guys, English is my first language. And I felt that in my chest, y'all. English is really my first language. Well, technically Patois is, but Patois is not considered a language. It's considered a dialect. So it's English is my first language. This right here smells so good. I've actually gotten compliments wearing this. So I don't remember the notes, okay? I don't remember the notes. I can look it up. The reason why I'm just gonna tell you what I smell, because sometimes I feel like notes, you can read the notes and then it just doesn't tell you what you're about to smell, because what you go smell is nothing to do with the notes. What I smell, okay, at first spray is like this Coca-Cola type of vibes, and not out the can, okay? Let me paint you some imagery here, okay? Back in the day when Coca-Cola first dropped, right? Coca-Cola was in those like Coke bottle, pretty like glass bottles. Yeah, it was in a glass bottle. Super cute, little chic. I wish they would bring that back, okay? Is aluminum even good for the planet? I don't know. Anyway, so that is the imagery it's giving me. Why am I popular today? No one's ever in my phone until I'm trying to do something. Does anybody else feel like Anyway, so that is the first initial smell that I get. It's not a it's not like a overly sweet, super strong smell. It doesn't get strong until the second smell comes in, which is Lush bath bombs. Like, the Lush bath bombs for me are amazing. My husband, for my birthday, which was months ago now, right? He got me this big box of Lush bath bombs and bubble bars. And when you smell a Lush bath, you know what Lush bath bombs smell like. If you don't, listen, I'm gonna need you to go to Lush. I'm gonna need you to just get up, get on the bus or the train or take your car or go on go walk if you're lucky enough to live near a mall that has a Lush, and just go ahead and get you some Lush products. I'm going in with Too Faced powder. This is in translucent medium, because the smell of a Lush bath bomb is unmatched. Truly, truly unmatched. Like ethereal. Okay, and so that is literally what I smell from this fragrance for the majority of the time I'm wearing it. This fragrance lasts on me 7-8 hours. Not, and okay, this is not a cheap fragrance though for me. Okay, I know everybody's budget is different, but this fragrance cost me $50, $55. So I put this in like the mid-range price. For me, it's like $50 to $100 is mid-priced. So this was, I think, $55, which is still not horrible, but this is a 1 fluid ounce, I do believe. So it's not even, yeah, this is a 30 ml. So this is not even like a really big fragrance, but oh my Lord. It's the Lush bath bomb for me. Oh, and in the bottle, it's like you're sipping on some Coke in the bathtub with your Lush bath bomb fizzing away. That's what it looks. This is such a nice fragrance. I want to smell like Lush bath bombs. I don't know about you, but I want to smell like Lush bath bombs. And what does a Lush bath bomb smell like? If that's what you're asking, it smells like slightly sweet, powdery, soapy, but not in like the atypical, like if you were to go get a liquid soap, it's kind of like closer maybe to like a bar soap smell, but like scented and slightly powdery. That's, I think, if I had to really break down a bath bomb smell, I'm definitely not doing it justice. I apologize, Lush bath bombs, but that is kind of essentially what I'm getting when I smell a Lush bath bomb. So it's just giving me self-care. It's giving me, I smell good, I smell clean, I smell like I take good care of myself. Okay, that's what that's giving me. So, and I've never smelled another fragrance. I've smelled soapy fragrances, but this is definitely a different fragrance in and of itself here. Oh, it smells so good. And the hold on, can we just give a round of applause for the bottle? Like, the bottle is so cute to me, and I want to try the original one. Like, look at this. So it's like it's not a sticker. They definitely just put it right onto the glass, and then when you flip it, it's almost giving it's almost giving like a snow globe type of vibes, at least to me. So yeah, another fragrance that I had to get, okay, because everybody, when I say everybody, all the, like, the top 10 fragrance YouTubers on YouTube, the top 10, maybe even 15, quite honestly, if I'm being serious, talked about this fragrance in the span of like 2 weeks in different lists. I don't know if they like plot, right? Like if they like call each other, hey girl, I'm about to talk about Flora Botanica this week. One of you try to talk about it, and they all just tried to, in a 2-week span, drop videos where Flora Botanica just so happened to be in their list. I just feel like that's what occurred, because the way that fragrance just got so much hype in half of a month was just so wild. I had to go buy it. I did not blind buy this, like the big bottle though, because blind buying for me is a tricky thing. It's a finicky little girl. It's a pain in my batouche, and I try not to blind buy unless absolutely necessary. So what I went ahead and did was I took myself online, went to FragranceNet. I love me some FragranceNet. I love me some FragranceNet. And I got Flora Botanica. This is gonna look super full because, y'all, I gave myself 2-3 sprays of this, and was like, $65, pulled out my card and purchased the fragrance because it smelled like nothing I've ever smelled, but the smell of it had notes of things I've smelled before. Did I make any sense when I just said that? Probably not, but I'm just saying, like, I'm trying here to give you that, but like, it's not like I smelled something weird or like, no, because I feel like, you know, maybe perhaps when you get into fragrances for too long, you start looking for some like really odd smells because everything starts smelling the same, right? Yeah, I'm not there yet. So I still need it to smell good, have a little bit of sweetness in it, have, you know, I like spices, I like some clean smells, so on and so forth. This is like a fresh, it's like a fresh, slightly like, guys, this is the bane of my existence. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a very fresh, watery, airy, not airy, maybe watery is a better word. It's almost like, if I had to paint a picture for you first before I like broke down what I'm actually smelling, it's like you went into a garden and the garden is not actually in bloom yet, right? Oh my gosh, so it's a whole lot of green everywhere with closed buds. And they've got like maybe mint in the far back. Like, it's not up close, like that thing is a little far, and this scent is just lightly carrying. And then they've got like, and then you have like a bottle of water with something like in there, like marinating, whether it's a water and some mint and something else. Like, it almost slightly smells like a little bit of tea, but very watered down. And it's got to be the mint, because I did grow up drinking a lot of mint tea with mint and something else. It smells so good and fresh, yet slightly sweet. Do I think a man could wear Flora Botanica? I'm gonna say yes. Here's my thing about feminine and masculine fragrances. There are some masculine fragrances that I think I slaughter when I wear, okay? I do. And I don't think it should be named as a men's fragrance. It should be unisex. And then there's some unisex fragrances that I feel like lean heavily masculine. And then there's some feminine fragrances I think should be unisex. So what is really feminine smelling and masculine smelling? I'm not sure. However, I do feel like Flora Botanica is giving delicate. It's giving fragile. It's almost like you're having tea time in a garden that hasn't bloomed yet. And so I think there's also a cannabis note in this. I'm fairly certain there is. The cannabis you smell in here is not like atypical cannabis that I feel like you smell these days. It's almost like if you were to go to Jamaica and you were to go to Bob Marley's Lane, which is where that stuff is legal over there in that lane specifically for Bob Marley. And you were to walk through there, this is the cannabis smell you're smelling. It's a very natural, airy, fragrant type of cannabis note. It's not a bogged down, smoky, flavored cannabis or whatnot. It's a very lovely fragrance overall, Flora Botanica. So I could have gotten a bigger bottle. This is a 1.6, but I feel like this, I really enjoy it. But I think I'm okay with this bottle, and I say this now, we'll see how I feel at the end of spring, how much I've used it. But I do have quite a many fragrances. But I would say, if you can, go on to Fragrantica. I think it was like 18 bucks, maybe. Don't quote me on that price. And try this fragrance out. just try it out. It wasn't wild to try it out and see how you feel about it, because I do think the bottle is also really appealing to look at. It's not pretty for the sake of being pretty type of bottle, but it's an attractive bottle. It's giving me different without leaning into the weird stage. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when some people want to be different, they try really hard to be different, and they lean into the working too hard. This is just effortlessly pretty and different in the same breath, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna now go and, because I've been chatting a lot, what's the word? Put on some, oh, I didn't tell you I use this dark color to cut my, you know, to contour, but I'm gonna go in with crayon case. Oh my gosh, this is like my third one of Crayon Case's Contourist Notebook. I have been using this for a few years now. I love this thing. And just look at that. I actually have to be careful. I use Bobby, which is the darkest one, and then after I put on Barbie, I go in with Bricky Tiki, and just blend it out up to my cheek. I love this contours palette here, and it's really not expensive, and it's female owned, which is magic. And I'm gonna go in with Ross, the top. And boom. Next, I'm gonna go, so yeah, that was Fleur Botanica. Just try it. Or if you know someone, because I'm always down to have someone, like my friends or family, over to test something out and give them a decanted. Maybe you know someone who'll let you like test it out, give you a little bit of it, because Fleur, this is the season. I feel like you could even get away with this in the hotness of summertime. But don't quote me because I haven't tried it yet in the summer. But I feel like I've been talking about quite some expensive fragrances, so let's mention one that is not expensive by my definition. And this is from Dossier. I really like Dossier's fragrances, actually. I'm not the biggest fan of their packaging, but that's a whole nother conversation. This is Floral Musk. Does anyone else have this? This smells so good. So scrumptious. So this is a fragrance I would consider firmly in like the very feminine category. And I think for me, what makes this super feminine, there's something about lychee with floral notes like rose and jasmine and so on and so forth that just give me immediate feminine energy, which honestly, it's not my business if a man wears this, because that's your business, and go ahead, because then you smell good. But Floral Musk gives me very feminine. It gives me very womanly. So top notes of pear, bergamot, and lychee, middle notes of jasmine and rose, and base notes of musk, vanilla, and patchouli. If you don't like patchouli, don't stress it. This fragrance, yes, it has patchouli in it, but you really don't smell it like that. You really don't smell it like that. This is not no Angel or Alien or whatever else that has like booming patchouli. That's not this. This is a very like, oh my goodness, this smells so good. Does anybody else take time in the day to just smell their fragrances? I do it all the time. I love me some smelling. Oh my gosh, I love me some good smelling fragrance time. I think it just does something nice for my soul. I think this is Idol, but I'm just typing it in real quick to see. I know some people have an issue with like dupe brands, dupe houses, which, listen, everyone has a right. Yeah, it's Lancome's. Yeah, this is the dupe for Lancome's Idol, Floral Musk. For me, I think everyone has, you know, the right to smell good. And not everybody has the budget or wants to spend that budget money on like on smelling good. Hey girl, yes, I love smelling good too, because why not? It does something to my senses when I know I smell good. It makes me feel like I look good. Even if my face may not be beat or anything, it makes me feel like I look good. It does an extra sense of attractiveness when, you know, maybe you're wearing sweats. Listen. And a baggy t-shirt. But can't nobody tell me I don't smell good. Can't anybody out there say I don't smell good. Okay? Because your girl, I have a fragrance for every occasion. I have multiple fragrances for every occasion and every time period. And you don't need all of those fragrances to smell good. But it's nice to have some nice fragrances out here, you know? And I have a mix of some really affordable fragrances and really and both of them do what they need to do. You know what I mean? Like, like my affordable fragrances, let me talk about, okay, putting aside like dupe houses, there are some affordable fragrances that aren't dupe houses that just smell so delicious. Here's Sophia by Sofia Vergara. People say this smells like Coco Mademoiselle. I'm gonna tell you right now, she's giving me and has always gave me younger, less sophisticated. All right, listen, I am gonna go to Zara. I'm going to Zara because, listen here, Miss Bonnie. Everybody talks about Zara's fragrances. I have one. I had two. My sister wanted one. I gave it to her. I need this Black Opium dupe. It's Gardenia, right? Is the dupe. I need it. I need it in my life because I have Black Opium Extreme and I love it so much. And I also love the original and I will eventually own the original. It's just not right now type of situation. But I feel like Black Opium gets dogged in the fragrance community, but it's a very popular fragrance. But it's a mid-price range fragrance for me. It's a little on the side, okay? Maybe not two hands, okay? Maybe it's like, you know, just one hand kind of expensive. So, I don't know. Let me wrap up this look because I gotta go, y'all. But, yeah. This cost me, and this is a 3.4 fluid ounce Sophia, $20. And it just smells like a bubbly, sweet, but not too sweet, slightly sophisticated without branching into the, it's giving me a little bit older vibes. It's giving me auntie vibes. Because listen, I like to smell like an auntie, okay? I'm here to smell like a bougie auntie. Anybody else like to smell like a bougie auntie sometimes? Because I'm really here for it. After like 2 hours, I got, oh no. Oh no. I'm going to smell it in the store. Because, you know, a girl likes to test out fragrances when I can. Because if I buy a fragrance and I end up not liking it, I'm going to be very upset. Oh, let me talk to you about another fragrance that is affordable, but it's good, but does really well in warmth and work. Like, it's, you probably heard of it, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. This is St. Bart's Tommy Bahama for her. This is coming with me on my vacation. This is coming with me on my vacation. It smells so good. And it was like $20, maybe, perhaps $20, perhaps. It's really wild. And it lasts like 5 to 6 hours on me. Guys, and this is 100 ml. Guys, gals, gays, and theys. This was $20-something for me, and this is 100 ml and lasts 5 to 6 hours. And my skin loves, loves, loves to eat fragrance up. So what does this smell like? Nay, you've been talking a long minute for this fragrance and you don't know what it smells like. This fragrance smells like a margarita at first. Oh my gosh. Not a flavored margarita. Like you got like the regular margarita with the salt rim and it's like the frozen one. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It does dry down after a few hours into like a clean white floral type of smell, but not obnoxious. If you're not a floral person, I would still give this a test, especially for the price. It smells so, oh my gosh, I want to spray this on my, I can't. I already have Yellow Dream. Yellow Dreams is perfection, but this smells so good, and you really don't need to spend buku money to smell nice. Saint Bart's Tommy Bahama, and I found this in Marshall's. I've seen Tommy Bahama in TJ Maxx. Wait, did I find this in TJ Maxx? I found this in one of the discounter stores. Okay, this was so greatly priced. Yes, okay, yes, girl. No, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel that having to blind buy a lot in my chest because I live in the country, so I have to drive far to get like fragrances, to get to a mall, to get to anything. So yeah, I feel that. I do have quite a few fragrances I did blind buy and really prayed that it was going to work for me because some of them were not cheap and I couldn't get a tester sample of. So I almost blind bought a fragrance and I told myself that is not a smart decision. Okay, so I almost blind bought this. What is this, you ask? This is Narciso Rodriguez's Rouge. Let me tell you why I didn't blind buy it. What I have, and I do have a bigger bottle of it now, when that thing said, I think it would cost me $80, and I almost bawled. I said, $80, I can't buy this. Because if I don't like it, sending things back is such a pain depending on where you get it. This smells so... Look at this. Can you see? I really because I was like, I'm not about to buy this expensive perfume. It's not expensive, but it's mid-price range. And $80 is listen, $80 is expensive, okay? It's a little pricey. $80 can fill up my SUV, okay? My big SUV can fill up with $80. And so... maybe even less than $80 at this point with the way gas is. So I just kept trying and trying and trying and trying. I was like, maybe the dry down will turn me off. Maybe it won't last long. You know what? Maybe it's just polarizing and I haven't let myself get polarized yet. Do you hear the foolishness that was coming out of my mouth? No, I love this fragrance. And so now I own it. Now I own... Yo, if you don't want to spend money and you think... you don't like musky fragrances until you feel like you're not gonna like Narciso's fragrances, don't try it. Or do. Just know you're gonna spend money. Or probably. Because maybe you don't. But I have 3 of the cubes. I have the Rouge, I have Poudre, and I have Ombre. Y'all, I have never smelt musk quite like Narciso musk. I don't know what... is Narciso Rodriguez a man or a woman? I'm not sure. Whoever, they slaughtered Musk. They told Musk, sit down, this is what you're going to smell like. And Musk said, yes. Okay. This fragrance, wow. Yes, Bonnie, girl, have you seen any of these? And comment away, don't worry about it. I do have 10-15 more minutes. I'm just being extra, but I do watch like other YouTubers and I love the aesthetic and everything, and it's just great. And when they're like, oh, they drop a video, affordable fragrances to try out, right? And I'm like, yeah, click, and the fragrances are $100. Maybe I'm just broke. You know what I mean? You ever sit there in your chair and be like, perhaps I'm just too broke because $100, $90, $80 is a lot of money. It's giving, it's giving, wow. I'm not sure if it's me or them. But the word and I guess the term affordable is very, I'm going in with Anastasia's glow kit. It's giving very, you know, obscure. You don't really know for other people, you know, what's affordable and what's expensive until you go and see their videos, and then you look at it and you're like, no, that's not true. But I just can't. And thank you so much for the compliment about my smile. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I just think, yeah, so that was one of the reasons I also went and started talking about, you know, the things I enjoy, because I am low-key bougie, but very much so on a budget, because I have 3 children and a husband and bills, and I'm not working currently because my 3 kids are under 2. Yeah. Children are expensive, okay? And so, yeah, that's just not something for me, $100. So when I'm gonna spend $100, I'm gonna really do my research. I'm gonna really do my best to make sure I'm gonna like it. So I'm going in with Fawn Beauty's lip gloss and honey. This is, she is, oh my gosh, what's her name? Wow. No, hold on. I need you. She's on YouTube, okay? And she talks about fragrances too. And her accent is giving me awesome younger version of did anybody see that football movie with Sandra Bullock in it? Oh my gosh. And they're like in Mississippi and they save like this young man and he becomes like a big football player. She's giving me like Sandra Bullock, younger, still classy, bougie, fun, awesome version. Oh my gosh, I love Fawn Beauty and you should try it. Guys, it's really good. It's female owned and it's a small business, so. First of all, you're young at heart, okay? You're young in smell. You're young in life. 50 is a new 40. Honestly, 50 is like the new 35 with the way people living forever these days. People live until like 88, 92. You're like only halfway through. You're like, you've got to, listen, listen, when people say, oh, a fragrance is like juvenile or a fragrance is old smelling or mature smelling, I always get confused and I try not to say those words because what does maturity smell like actually? Because my mother and I wear the same fragrances. She has Libre Intense and I often, and she's got other great fragrances, go to her house and spray myself even if I'm wearing something else because I don't care. I don't care. I guess I just get confused with mature or whatever. And rose is such a weird note. It's so weird. It's so weird because it can smell so like this face. But then it also can smell so airy and watery and fresh and nice. I think if I'm gonna be honest with you, in my opinion, rose is one of the most tricky fragrance notes that is very popular to be used in like the fragrance world, the perfume world. It can be so tricky. I think for me, peony is one of the best floral notes for me. But if I had to choose rose, I try to lean towards like damask rose. Such a sweeter rose without being super strong rose. And there's another rose that is just escaping my memory right now. It's escaping my memory, but there's a few rose in itself. There's just multiple kinds of roses that you can look into and make sure it's that proper rose that you like. But I would say Narciso Rodriguez's, I'm not sure about the cute, I think Poudre is, but the rectangular bottles is definitely in, it's definitely in Macy's, because I've seen a few of Narciso Rodriguez's fragrances. So if you can't get to a Macy's, hopefully you can try it at the Macy's. If not, you can definitely go to Scent Split or Fragrance Net and order a decant. Y'all, decant saved my life. I actually saw a video recently by one of my fave YouTubers saying, she, you know, was basically just saying like she doesn't think decants are worth it. But when you're running on a budget, I think decants could be the best thing, because they could really save you from some really garbage fragrance. Really garbage fragrance. Or they can make you really, really enjoy a fragrance. Oh, before I go, because I'm about to head out now, my makeup is done. I just want to apply some mascara real quick. What was I just saying about decants? Y'all, watch me. Oh, here we go. This is the mascara I'm going to go in with, the telescopic. I love this. About decants is, okay, this is it. Y'all, this is where decants get annoying, okay? This decant was 18 bucks. When I go to see the price of the regular fragrance, I think it's at $140. It is. Hi. What's up? But yeah, this is Aqua Allegoria Mandarin Basilic. And this is by Guerlain. First of all, I love the bottles. I really shouldn't have even smelled this fragrance because it smells so good. And the only size I can find on discounter websites is like a rather large bottle. I think it's like 200 ml or it's something extremely wild. It's extremely wild or whatever. And it costs like 150 bucks. That's a lot. Okay, I can get some box sprays with that money. Okay. And so I really want it though because it smells so good. This Mandarin Basilic is gonna be so wonderful for as the weather gets warmer and then as summer hits, because it's this very nice before I even get into it, because I really get into it with my my mascara, it's giving me such a beautiful fresh lime orange. It's actually almost giving me like Elizabeth Arden green tea. I get like an orange peel note in Elizabeth Arden's green tea that I'm getting in Mandarin Basilic by Allegoria, by Guerlain, excuse me. And then it dries down. Oh, it's so like fresh. Like they really just in front of your face, like you went to the farm that has like all the oranges and they maybe have like lemons and stuff as or lime, and they take it and they like squeeze it in your face into like the glass jug and then give it to you to actually drink right then and there. It's like a bright, slightly tart, slightly sweet, very fresh type of smell, and then drop some ice cubes in it too. As it dries down, it turns into a almost tea smelling type of lightness. I want to own this, and I will own this one day. I will own this one day. And the bottle is super beautiful, and it's almost giving like a slight way in the back like icy feel to it, like it's a very nice fragrance, and I think it's gonna work really well in the heat. Aqua Allegoria Mandarin Basilic by Guerlain. I'm honestly impressed by most of Guerlain's fragrances. I haven't been disappointed really, but the whole Aqua Allegoria line I heard is Tia Tizet. I'm not gonna even try to say these names honestly. But there's some, like quite a few that are just I like just reading the notes seem really, really, really nice. I don't know if any of you have tried them, but you know, Mother's Day is coming up for any of you who are, you know, thinking about buying some gifts. Versace Dreamer. Okay, so this one, if this is the one you're talking about, this is actually one of my first fragrances that I bought myself. My husband and I actually share this. Well, he doesn't really wear it anymore. So Versace Dreamer is I think a unisex fragrance. I like how it smells. However, just because I like it, I'm not sure if you're going to like it. Let's break down the smell of Versace Dreamer real quick. Oh my gosh. It definitely leans slightly masculine. The reason why I say this, there's almost some type of depth in here, giving like a slight bright vibe, but it's also deep. I wonder, let's look up these notes together. It's a very sexy smell, very, very attractive smell that when you smell it on someone, you want to just put your nose to them. There's nothing polarizing about this fragrance at all. This is also an EDT. One thing I can say about men fragrance is, though, EDT is not the same type of EDT for women's fragrance, at least not on my skin. When I spray a man's EDT, and the same thing about men's deodorant. Anybody else feel like men deodorant lasts OD long? That's the same thing about men's EDT. I can get a solid 6 to 8 hours out of this fragrance, and that's really wild and really long. It's a pretty long lasting fragrance. It smells good. It's a little bit of a stronger, brighter, slightly bubbly type of fragrance, but it's not, don't think bubbly like a feminine bubbly. There's definitely a slight nod to masculine, but it's not an overtly masculine smell. Here we go. So the main accords for this are white, floral, aromatic, iris, amber, powdery, fresh, spicy, herbal, woody, violet, and soft spicy. This does not dry down. This does not spray initially powdery. And in the dry down, it does get a little powdery, but it never gets like Narciso Rodriguez powdery, ever. At least not on my skin. It is definitely very aromatic. It is definitely a little spicy. Spicy is such a funny word for me. It's more almost bubbly than spicy. So you have top notes are juniper, tarragon, and artemisia, which are very like herbally, green, aromatic type of smells. Middle notes of iris, lily, and flax. I still to this day can't tell you what flax smell like, but iris gives it that slight powderiness that is there, but it's in the middle note. So iris in the base is either going to give you iris throughout, or it's going to give you a long lasting ending note of iris. It in the middle is not like a really strong powdery smell, because that's typically what iris gives you. Lily is white floral. It's white floral for sure. It's not, and that might be what gives this fragrance a little bit of like that more unisex for me. But it's not like a annoying, cloying. Sorry, not annoying, because sometimes white floral is annoying to me. It's not like a super cloying type of white floral. And then the base notes is Tabasco, blossom, and amber. Don't think like somebody actually, wrong one, sorry, actually like lit a cigar. That's not what you're getting here. What you're getting here is like the after effect, like someone had smoked a few puffs in a fairly large room and left, and you came maybe a few hours later and you can catch small whiffs of it. And it wasn't some cheap tobacco either. It's very nice tobacco. But on my husband, I don't ever catch the tobacco note on him, but I catch it on myself. Lightly airy niceness. And the amber is so warm. So warm as it strides down. And the juniper keeps it lighter. Like it keeps it brighter, not lighter, brighter. So I think this is definitely a fragrance you should most definitely try. At least go smell it in the store. If you have to blind buy it, listen, if you don't like it, could just be because of your skin chemistry. That's the worrying thing about fragrances is skin chemistry. Yes, TJ Maxx, perfect. Perfect. So now you know you're not gonna spend too much money, and of course you're welcome. Of course, that's what I'm here for. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up now. I think, yeah, I'm done. I'm ready to roll out to this TJ Maxx. Not TJ Maxx, excuse me. This Bath and Body Works. Thank you for those who came and chilled for a little bit or a lot of it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to do one maybe once a week. So anyway, thank you so much for coming. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.